Welcome to our interview series, everyone, at WellNest Global with our international holistic experts. Our show is Consilience, Exploring New Ways of Thriving, and you can find this series here on our YouTube channel at WellNest Global. So be sure to subscribe. I'm Valarie Angle Roberts, your hostess, and our intention here is to empower you with tools and resources and connections so that you can grow your wisdom and knowledge and resources to thrive in your life. So whether that means finding more peace of mind, satisfaction, success, or surprise, we want to bring that resource here to you. So today we have a beautiful and lovely guest, Irina Portnova, a manifestation coach. Irina, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing your day with us.
Thank you so much, Valarie, for this beautiful invitation. I'm so honored to spend this time with you and give some support and clarity for the audience to know that they could go after everything what their soul desire.
Yes, yes. We were just talking about that before we went live and got started. And so I'm ready for you to tell us, Irina, more about yourself and what it is that you do to help empower people. So go ahead and share.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to start with the inspirational story about myself briefly. I was in the corporate world for all my conscious life. I was an accountant by trade, but I always felt there was something more to my life. And although I was thinking about it, I wasn't doing anything about it. And I think it's the story of me and the story of you, Valarie, or everybody around, right? Because we are getting so comfortable where we are, and that area of unknown just blocks us from going forward. And that's exactly what happened to me. Although I felt there is more to life, but I didn't want to venture and explore. And everything happened for the reason, right? So when the pandemic hit, I lost my job because everything had to be shut down. And that was the time when I realized, okay, this is the time for me, like really go deep inside of myself and rediscover who am I and what are my gifts and talents that I could share with the world. And that's exactly was the time when I really had a lot of inner growth, and I involved in a lot of different courses, trainings, just to understand what am I all about. And at the same time, my daughter, who was in high school, all of a sudden she lost the interest to study in school. And she was like, Ma, hire me the therapist. And I didn't know any therapist. So we reached out to our dance teacher and she recommended me the life coach. That was the first time I heard the term life coach. It's not that they didn't exist, but it was out of my awareness. Just to make the point that there are everything in our universe, everything is already here, but it's all about our awareness, how well we are tuned in order to receive the signs and see what actually is coming to us. So to make a long story short, I went online because I got so curious what this is all about. And when I started to read what they are doing, it just felt like home. I got so connected that I just received my certification. And not only I found my passion and talent, but also my daughter was with that life coach who helped her tremendously. And our relationship thrived now. And she's doing so amazing. And she becomes more and more aware day by day. And for me, I was so thrilled and happy because if not for losing my job, if not, she was having these issues in school, I would never discover what this field is all about. So now my best way to share this news with people is to bring the awareness that we are so much more capable than any situation, any condition, anything outside of us. So everything is already inside of us and all the answers are also inside of us. And all it takes is just for somebody as a good guide to pull these answers out.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Just yesterday, I heard someone say that if you know 7 people, you know everyone in the world. And so when you expand your awareness and, start to search like you were doing, you opened up a whole new world for yourself and your daughter, and were able to solve, your problems and look to the contrast that had come up in your life that created an awareness, and then work through it instead of it being a roadblock for you. You used it to move forward, which is kind of where humans tend to stumble. a lot, is like we see that roadblock and we let it stop us instead of figuring out how to use it to gain some momentum to move forward, right? So great job, good for you. And I think your story is so relatable. It's just I feel like, people will watch and say, yeah, that's kind of what I've been going through myself. So have they moved forward with it or not? That's the question. So how can you work with people if they're watching this and they're like, that's my story too. I want to talk to you. What do you do? How do you help people come to these realizations for themselves, and how do you work with them?
That's such a great question. And thanks so much for asking, because I always say that it's very good when we have that structure of support, because a lot of times we venture out and we want something for ourselves more, but then again, we have our own paradigms, something that pulls us back to our real life. And that's why we need these supporters. That's why we need these mentors on our way. And not to say that I'm not having the mentor, because all successful people have their mentors and somebody who guides them through this journey, because that's exactly how we grow and evolve, because we cannot see the picture when we are the ones in the frame. So this is like the best realization ever that happened with me. And that's exactly what I'm teaching, because sometimes we have the best intentions. Sometimes we are like so inspired, but then our habits are pulling us back. And it's difficult to move on our own. And it's great when you have that accountability partner, when you are in the space of like-minded people, and when you have that mentor that already took that path and knows exactly what you have to go through in order to achieve your dream. And the good thing is to start with, I have a free workshop that is coming on July 29th. And I always have these workshops twice a month. So if anybody is going to watch this episode later, they could always just go and register. This is such a great interactive workshop where we take a look at your life assessment. You figure out which area of your life speaks to you the most, which area you would love to up level in your life. And then we create the mini vision. Because without the destination, it's like there is no favor of the wind to a sailor who doesn't have the destination. So we have to have that vision, knowing exactly what do we want. Do I want to have a good partner? Do I want to have another job? Do I want to have my business? We have to have that specific intentions before we start working on it, right? Because a lot of times people know what they do not want, but so few know exactly what they want. And this is the formula for success, because there is, believe it or not, there is a formula, there is a shortcut that's going to take you from where you are today to where you would love to be. And you're not going to be crossing that bridge forever, because a lot of times people are venturing on their own, but then again, they fail to get to the destination because the road is kind of bumpy for everybody, including myself. That's why, like I said, I still have my mentors, I still have my coaches, because I know with their assistance, it's going to be so much more enjoyable. It's going to be easy to deal with that. So my first invitation is please, please come join the workshop. You are going to have so much clarity in understanding which direction you want to move. And also you're going to get so inspired, because you realize that failure is just the feedback, and failure is the part of the process.
Oh, thank you so much. That is amazing that they can plug into this free workshop right away, just around the corner, and start that process, and for anyone listening who's saying like, well, I think I know what I want or whatever, ask yourself, where am I filling voids in my life? Where am I unhappy? Where am I using substances, drinking too much wine? Where am I spending money on frivolous things to fill this void that is there because I'm not happy? Those are signs that maybe you don't know exactly what you want, because when you have that clarity and you know what you want, you have that satisfaction, success, happiness, and so on, then we tend to not need to fill voids with frivolous, meaningless things. You find meaning in life and what you do. So what a great opportunity to connect with you at no cost, get to know you better, and go through this process with you where they can find that clarity and save a little bit of heartache.
This is so beautiful. It's just like a lot of times people searching either to get rid of the pain or to bring more pleasure in their life, because that's our human nature, right? We want to grow. We always want something more from our life, but a lot of times we don't think about it consciously. So a lot of times I meet people and they say, oh, you know what? My life is good. I've got it covered. I don't need anything. But then again, if you look at your results of the life, that's exactly the reproduction of your thoughts. And people don't understand that our thoughts and our words carry the energy, because if we take out our bones, if we take out our skin, on the molecular level, we are all the pure energy. And the way we redirect our energy, that's exactly what we create in our life. So rather than just allowing the life happen to us, we could consciously create what we truly want to bring into our life. And let me tell you, with my past experience with the clients, they are more joyful, not only to receive that final results, but the journey itself, because it shapes them up. It has a huge growth and a lot of potential for them. And they keep re-enrolling and re-enrolling because they see the value of it. They know how cool it is to have your focus on something greater than just our problems and our issues. Because let's face it, usually in the morning, a lot of people, 90% of people wake up in the morning and what do? They just reaching out for their gadget, right? They want to see, what are the news, what the social media, and right away they start operating on that stress level mode. And that's exactly how their day is gonna go by. But when we focus on, okay, first 20 minutes of the morning, I'm going to just dedicate for myself. Let me just wake up. Let me just stretch and think, oh my gosh, I just have another day of this beautiful life, right? Because a lot of people don't even realize how lucky we are, because we are the breathing experience of this beautiful gift called life. So just bringing that awareness, oh my gosh, this is another day that I could create, I could enjoy, I could be whoever I want to be, I could do whatever I want to do. It just having that awareness is already set you up for success. And then just do, either meditation or a few exercises or journaling, expressing your gratitude. Once you have these habits in place, you'll see that you shift your focus from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. And all the things starting happening like the magic. And that's exactly what I want to bring the awareness, and what I want to teach people, that don't be just looking at the outside world. Don't allow the outside world determine what you can do or who you can be. Because a lot of people look at their age, at their bank account, at their education, and then they decide, okay, can I do it or can I not do it, right? Because that's the way we were programmed. That's the way we were trained. That's how our society wants us to be. But now, since we are more conscious, we are more aware, we start understanding, let us decide for ourselves. Let us not listen to our parents or our partner or our friends what is good for us. Let us figure out on our own what exactly makes our heart think. And sometimes it's the process. Sometimes people so shocked with the question when I ask them, so what would you love in your life? People are not even ready for this question, because all the time we are so used to hear, okay, you have to do this, you're responsible for that, this is your due date, this is the deadline, right? And all the time we are running in this mode of, just trying to be responsible for everything, but nobody actually stops and saying, okay, how was your day? What exactly would you love to have in your life, right? So we need more and more time where we are kind of just connect with each other. And I think this is like a beautiful space when people come together, like-minded people who have the same goals, who have the same dreams, and just start connecting on the personal level, not just see another human being as another, robot that is in our modern society, right? But really understand and really listen to what people have to share with them. I think it's so, so important.
Yeah. So as you're talking about that, I'm just picturing like a empty canvas, and you're helping people kind of clarify, come to realize, what would you put on this canvas today if it were totally up to you, what this canvas would look like. And so, I mean, what a wonderful opportunity. And you're building this community of people who are doing the same thing. So you have people to connect with. You don't have to worry about, just going home and dealing with, your nagging roommate, or your some family member who's always doubting you, or telling you that it can't be done or nothing can be different. So not only are they able to work with you and you help them find clarity and so on, but they're also connecting with more people who can cheer them on and be there by their side for that. And that's important too, right?
That's so true, because nowadays it's all about communities. Let's stay with the people who really our tribe, somebody who inspires us, somebody who has the same understanding, the same interest, right? Not somebody who's going to say, are you crazy? What are you doing? Like, live in the reality. Like, where did you go? Right? But those are the people, I always talk to my clients. I tell them, look at these people results and tell them very politely, like, I do appreciate your comment. I do appreciate that you take care and you really worry about me. But let me tell you, I choose to follow the people who already are at the place where I'm heading. So if you are not that person who is somebody I want to become or achieve the results that I'm trying to achieve, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take your advice. And this is so important to build these personal boundaries, because a lot of time people feel discomfort, people are afraid to be judged, that, somebody is not going to understand them. But the point is, we have to choose ourselves, because we have to live our life to the fullest. There is nobody to tell us what to do, because ultimately we are the highest authority on our life. And we want to live to the fullest. We want to experience everything what we want, because when we look back at all our beautiful years, we're going to say, yes, I lived my life. I've done what I wanted to do. I traveled. I've contributed to the charities. I've met the people I felt myself alive with. So these are the experiences that really shape us up and make us who we are.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I mean, I usually will ask, if we haven't kind of covered it during our conversation, what can we carry away with us today? But we've covered so many things, so be your own authority, look to yourself, find that place of authority and be that for yourself. Find a mentor and a coach that can help you get where you want to go, who's already been there and already done the work so they can guide you. Find a community to support you. Set boundaries. Amazing, beautiful. Is there anything else that you want to make sure that we touch on today, or opportunities that you have coming up that you wanted to share?
Yes, absolutely. One more crucial thing is, there is no better time than now, because a lot of times people procrastinate. They go to this kind of workshops or listen to the podcast, they get inspired, yet without the action, we cannot really move forward. So the actions really determine our results. So my say is, if you find it helpful, if you really like everything what you heard and you want to expand on it, just take that time and opportunity to register for the workshop, because I promise you're going to add so much value to your knowledge and to your life. And this is exactly what I tell. There is no better time than now. And the most successful people make fast decisions. That's what makes that success, because although we don't know everything what's going to happen to us, but when we make that firm decision that we are going to go after something that really makes us alive, the opportunities are going to open up, and you'll be surprised how many magical events are going to happen. You're going to run into the people who you really need to meet in order to propel you to the next level of your life. You're going to be in these kind of events, and it's just going to be so, so beautiful. It's like magic unfolds in front of your eyes. And for people who never experience magic, just trust the process and have the faith, because universe loves the stubborn people. And let me tell you, if we look at most successful people, we only see the success, but behind it, behind the scenes, there were a lot of fears, there was a lot of failures, but it never stopped them. Because if you never stop, you're going to definitely come to where you want to be.
Yes. Wonderful. Yes. Success loves speed, right?
Absolutely. Yes. And another great thing is start pondering upon what exactly would I want to do in my life? Who exactly would I want to be? And start paying attention at the ideas, because I say ideas is the first currency of the universe. Because nobody became millionaire from, regular jobs. All millionaires, billionaires are people who came up with these brilliant ideas, because you can get $1 idea, or you could have $1 million idea. So once something started to download into your head, take a journal and write it down, because the ideas come and go. And if we don't act on them, if we at least don't write them down, because later on you could just open the journal and go through the list and see what resonates with you, what gives you life, and then go after that. But this is also something like a good tool to keep in mind, because after this conversation, I tell you, you're going to start picking up the ideas. Because once you put your attention on something, the universe treats it as your intention, and it's going to deliver everything for you to be successful. But just be patient, take your time, and be very serious about it, because consistency, persistency is the formula for success.
Wonderful. Yes. Okay. So on that note, go ahead and grab your calendar and what is it, July 29th?
Yes.
July 29th. Go ahead and mark that off right now. We're going to put the links in the description here, so you'll be able to just click over when the video ends, click over, go ahead and register and take action. Don't delay, don't procrastinate, don't overthink it. Just go register and indulge yourself in this opportunity to explore and to connect with someone as wonderful as Irina that can help start you on this journey. And inevitably, if nothing else, bring you more happiness and a community and satisfaction right away, just by starting the process. And then you can see where you can go from there, right?
Absolutely. And I just wanted to know that feel free to connect. They're going to be my email address. They're going to be my phone. Don't be shy. Just connect. Tell what exactly I can support you with, and I'll be happy to provide any kind of support. So just, let's be friends and let's take it to another level.
Yes, we're all about genuine relationships and authenticity around here. So we appreciate that immensely. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We won't keep you up away from your enjoyable, beautiful New York City day any longer today, but we look forward to seeing you more in the future. And we will hopefully see you all on the July 29th training and continue to build community. So be sure to check the description below the video to find all of the resources that we talked about here today. Click on those and get started right away. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of this wonderful community building and resource building opportunity. And just thank you for being here with us today, Irina.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure, Valarie. Thank you so much. And thanks for everybody who's going to be watching this beautiful episode. Like I said, there are no coincidences. Everything is already predetermined with the universe. So if you are watching this episode, it meant to be for you. So just take a note and put the action step to it, meaning just register, get connected, and let's make this beautiful, beautiful life.
On that note, we wish you all a wonderful day. We'll see you back here next time, and we will see you at Irina's training on July 29th. Have a good day.
Have a great one.